Crypto investors have dubbed 2022 crypto winter to describe the dramatic fall of the cryptocurrency market. Everyone is speculating whether the cryptocurrency industry will improve or continue to deteriorate. The truth is, no one knows. Every crypto coin has been affected, including the number one, Bitcoin, with some even exiting the market, such as Terra. Although the price of Bitcoin has partially recovered since its collapse, it remains extremely low. The token's price recently recovered to $17,000. Despite a minor recovery, the token's value has dropped by roughly 80% since its all-time high in November 2021. If you want to learn more about the fall of Bitcoin, you can watch the video we made on the death of Bitcoin. However, in this video, we will make analysis as touching the possibility of Bitcoin bounce back. So sit back and watch the video till the end. Hello, and welcome to the crypto world. Bitcoin, since its creation, has been the first digital asset to give rise to the current cryptographic ecosystem. The modest beginnings of the cryptocurrency revolution came with the publication of the white paper detailing the technology soon after the 2008 financial crisis. It developed an underground fan base of investors for a considerable amount of time, who recognized the potential for it to eventually replace the current physical monetary system. As organizations and governments find ways to meet their constituents' increased desire for visibility, Bitcoin has now become a household brand. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum have experienced pretty regular cycles of trading, recovering from every significant drop, albeit not the most recent one yet, to go on to hit new all-time highs. As volatilities are nothing new in the crypto market, the swings in Bitcoin price are caused mainly by traders and investors who wager on the currency's value rising steadily in the hopes of becoming wealthy. The pricing story for Bitcoin has, however, once more changed as Bitcoin started to lose momentum in January 2022. In this video, we would be taking you through the price history of Bitcoin over the years, and we'll be looking at some predictions made by experts in the market to determine if Bitcoin will bounce back or not. Bitcoin, when it was first released in 2009, was priced at 0. As of July 17, 2010, it increased to 9 cents. On April 13, 2011, Bitcoin's price increased once more from $1 to a high of $29.60 on June 7, 2011, causing a gain of 2,960% in just 3 months. Following a severe downturn in the cryptocurrency markets, Bitcoin's price peaked by mid-November at $2.05. The price increased the next year from $4.85 on May 9th to $13.50 by August 15th. In general, 2012 was a quiet year for Bitcoin, but 2013 saw significant price increases. The price of Bitcoin peaked on April 8th at $230 after starting the year at $13.28. Its cost then dropped at a similarly quick rate, reaching $68.50 on July 4th after a few weeks. Bitcoin's price at the start of October 2013 was $123. By December, it reached a peak of $1,237.55 before plummeting to $687.02 3 days later. The price of Bitcoin fell during 2014 and reached $315.21 at the beginning of 2015. Over the course of 2016, prices gradually increased to over $900. Bitcoin's price in 2017 fluctuated around $1,000 before breaking $2,000 in mid-May. It then soared to $19,345.49 on December 15th. The attention of mainstream investors, politicians, economists, and scientists led to the creation of rival cryptocurrencies to Bitcoin. In 2018 and 2019, the price of Bitcoin fluctuated in short bursts. For instance, the price increased and the trading volume increased in June 2019 when the price reached $10,000. By mid-December, it had dropped to $6,635.84 though. The COVID-19 pandemic caused the economy to collapse in 2020. Once more, the price of Bitcoin erupted. Starting the year at $6,965.72, the cryptocurrency, the pandemic shut down, and following government measures fuel investors concerned about the state of the world economy and hasten the emergence of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was worth $19,157.16 at market close on November 23rd. Just under $29,000 was the price of Bitcoin in December 2020, up 416% from the year's beginning. By exceeding $40,000 on January 7, 2021, Bitcoin broke its previous price record set in 2020 in less than a month. By the middle of April, as a cryptocurrency exchange called Coinbase went public, Bitcoin prices had risen to fresh all-time highs of over $60,000. 14 institutional interests drove Bitcoin's price further higher, and on April 12, 2021, it peaked at $63,558. Prices fell by 50% by the summer of 2021, reaching $29,796 on July 19th. Another bull run occurred in September, pushing prices as high as $52,693 until a significant decline brought it to a closing price of $40,710 roughly 2 weeks later. Bitcoin again hit a record high on November 10, 2021, rising to $68,789 before falling to $64,995. Midway through December 2021, Bitcoin dropped to $46,164. As inflation concerns and the advent of a new COVID-19 variation, Omicron, continued to worry investors, the price began to fluctuate significantly. Bitcoin's closing price barely reached $47,445 by the end of March, before dropping even more to $28,305 on May 11, during the period from January to May 2022. Since July 2021, Bitcoin had not closed below $30,000 until today. Cryptocurrency's price fell on June 13th. For the first time since December 2020, the price of Bitcoin fell below $23,000. Before we go on with the rest of the video, make sure to click on the subscribe button if you haven't already, like and leave a comment in the comment section below. It is no news that the cryptocurrency market has been in a slump due to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, changing US monetary policy, inflation, and the strength of the US dollar. From its all-time high in November 2021, the value of Bitcoin has decreased by around 80%, thus making it difficult for investors like you to make the decision to invest in it or not. According to a post on Market Pulse by senior market analyst at Oanda, Edward Moya, cryptos are dropping as risk appetite just left the building. While FTX will be a topic of discussion for months to come, the cryptocurrency market will be driven by any liquidity issues that Binance, Coinbase, LBank, or Consbit may experience. Since so much bad news has already been factored in, it might take the failure to another significant cryptocurrency company or a de-risking movement on Wall Street for Bitcoin to drop below its recent low. Bitcoin has barely briefly risen above $45,000 in the past 6 months, and it hasn't reached $50,000 since December 25, 2021. Despite the ups and downs, the price of Bitcoin is still a lot lower than the most recent record high, which was reached in November 2021 when it exceeded $68,000. But to give it a second thought, despite the current price drop, Bitcoin is still worth more than twice as much as it was a few years ago. These peaks and valleys are nothing new for Bitcoin. The research of Bitcoin's price history reveals that the currency saw numerous ups and downs, and that its value changed over time during periods of both economic boom and bust. One instance is the COVID-19 2020 pandemic phase, which it overcame. So if you're wondering whether Bitcoin will recover, since market volatility and fluctuations are nothing new, the answer is most probably. Bitcoin will eventually recover, so the question is when, not if. Forecasts for cryptocurrency prices actually vary every day, making them impossible to anticipate. To generate reasonable guesses, however, a number of analytical websites apply formula based on price and volume data. The Changelly blog predicts that Bitcoin may conclude 2022 at $18,726.46 as of November 21. In the near future, CoinPrice forecast is a little more bullish, projecting a 16% growth to $18,812 by the end of 2022. Changelly projects that the price of Bitcoin will range between $25,064.52 to $30,466.65 in 2023. CoinPrice forecast, on the other hand, has a more cautious but still optimistic prediction. $20,902. By the end of 2025, Changelly Blog expects Bitcoin to be worth $32,437, while CoinPrice Forecast predicts a price of $32,437. Also, by 2030, forecasts from Changelly and CoinPrice Forecast range from $57,573 to $406,156.62. Will these predictions come through? There's no certainty, but you can bet on it. One other thing to note, however, concerning the bounce back of Bitcoin is this. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency prices are influenced by supply and demand, as well as perceived worth, just like other commodities, currencies, or services that are part of a nation or economy. So as long as Bitcoin's popularity continues to increase and there is insufficient supply to fulfill demand, its price should go up. If, however, demand declines and popularity dwindles, there will be a surplus of supply. And unless it continues to hold its worth for other reasons, Bitcoin's price should thereafter decline. Also, the market for Bitcoin trading should grow among individual traders and investors as more platforms make room for it. Thank you for watching. Do you think Bitcoin will recover? We'd love to hear from you, so please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you want to learn more about cryptocurrencies and stay up to date on the latest news in the crypto space, turn on the notifications button so you'll be notified whenever we upload new videos like this.